sort of what have I been up to and what's next. I'm home finally after my almost 3 months of travel, which has been a bit of an adventure, but as you can see, I'm back. I brought the sun with me and it's a lovely autumn day. So post Nice, because I guess that's kind of the last proper video we did, I mainly needed a bit of time to just sort my head out. I struggled quite a lot post Nice with just, I think there was lots of things all together of, like, it gets really hard every time post like another injury coming back, of when you finally think you've gotten over it, you think you're putting together some good training, you think you might actually be able to have like a good result, and for it to then come back, especially at a point when I was in a really good position in the race. I knew that it was possible to run into top 5, even if I had like a not amazing run. I could have had like a relatively average run and run into the top 5. All of that after the last couple of years, it was really hard to deal with. Made a little bit harder, to be honest, by then going straight to Ibiza. So I'd kind of planned it as a yay, post Nice I can just go and chill in Ibiza and support and like be there for Al. But actually then having to go there and be around triathlon was really not very fun. Especially bumping into lots of people who were obviously asking out of concern and being nice, but having to then answer so many times of like, oh, what happened? How's the calf? Yeah, honestly, that was actually pretty shit. But appreciate people's concern and trying to reach out. It just, when you don't really want to talk about it, it's not very easy. But by the time the race came around, actually, like, I was in a bit of a better place. I had quite a lot of crying on various people. Sorry, Kat. And yeah, actually, by the time the race came around, it was actually really nice to be there and support, watch the race. It was obviously some great racing, so that was pretty cool. And seeing Indy have such a good race post also not having a great day in Nice was good to see. So yeah, so Ibiza, we then had Al and I had a couple of days just chilling. So yeah, I had like a couple of days actually just really not doing very much, going to the nice restaurants, going on some little walks on the beach, and that was really nice. And then I went straight to Belgium for the Gravel World Champs, which again, I kind of just signed up to I qualified as an elite, which I hadn't really expected to do. And it just seemed like a really great experience. I knew that I was going to be able to catch up with all the guys from Classified because their main base is out there. So that seemed like a good thing to tie in with being out there. And like really, really glad I did it. It was such a cool experience. Like the general area, being out there, like the race, being able to be on a start line with people like Lotte Kopecky and Voss. Like I was literally stood there like I'm not sure I should be here. But yeah, like that was really cool. Kind of basically did what I wanted to do in terms of hung back at the beginning. So it was kind of carnage with like 140 of us all going off down this narrow little canal. Sort of worked my way up. I was then with a really good group, and literally the first time ever that I've ever managed to drop my chain. I basically left it in the wrong gear going over a pretty horrible speed bump. So it bounced off, lost some time getting it back on. I then managed to get it back on, and then because of the issues that I'd had with my derailleur and having to put like a new derailleur on, I basically hadn't indexed it properly, and I then got to like a sharp little hill, and I managed, because it wasn't quite lined up properly, I managed to get my chain then stuck in between my cassette and my wheel. So then I lost quite a lot of time trying to unpick that. So then I was basically by myself for the rest of the race, but Still really cool. Like, loved seeing all the Belgium supporters like on the side. There were all these little kids with little signs being like, "Go on Lotte," which was, yeah, really cool to see. So that was really good weekend. And then the next day got to watch the men's at the little classified like hospitality area, which is nice. Like, we had like just a nice barbecue, like big screens up to watch it. We were right on one of the points of the course where we could see everyone come round. So yeah, really fun experience.
Yeah, it was really good fun, really enjoyed it. As predicted, sort of dropped off in the front, kind of let everyone do their thing on the first bit, which I'm quite happy with. There was quite a lot of crashes, like literally within the first K, like a couple of people had gone into the railings. So yeah, kind of gave a bit of space and then just worked my way up a bit. Got into a really good group with Tiffany Cromwell for a good like 20, maybe 20K. Worked with Annabelle for about 5K coming onto the last lap, and then yeah, again, solo for the rest of it, but it was good fun, really enjoyed it.
Then came home, and yeah, then I was like, right, I'm on like proper, well, sort of proper off season. Like by this point I'd kind of done 2 weeks of not doing very, like I did nothing in Ibiza, didn't really do much in Belgium other than the race. And then I was like, right, I'm gonna not really train, but I am gonna do a bit of swimming, because obviously for me, I can't really afford to let the swim go too much. So kind of turned up, did a little bit of swimming, went on one ride, which was kind of be a nice social ride, and then it started raining and it was actually really miserable, so that wasn't that fun. And then I'd seen a different sports doctor to get another opinion on kind of what else might be going on with the calf, and he suggested that I get like an epidural, like basically just a steroid injection in my back, because he agreed with some of the other thoughts I'd had before that it is neural, or like might be connected neurally. And with that, he was like, you probably want to take a week of just chilling. And that tied in really nicely actually, then going down to Wales to spend some time with the family. So I then had a week of not doing much in Wales, other than a bit of playing with my nieces and nephews, a bit of walking, spending time with mum and dad, sort of running in and out of the cold Welsh sea a little bit. So that was a nice week. And then got back, and now it's basically time to start training again. We're now in nearly the end of October. The main thing now is obviously try and like get back into the swimming, work really hard on the swimming again. I think I made some like good progress this year, but I think there's a lot more progress that I need to make. So yeah, probably looking a lot more at like the technical side of swimming again. I've actually bought myself a pair of form goggles, because I think for me, like partly, like the main reason I actually got them is because of what they do around your head pitch. So like one of the main things I've been trying to work on, probably for about 2 years, is as I breathe, I generally like look up a bit before I breathe. And even though I know I do it and I've been working on correcting it, I still seem to do it. So I kind of thought if I get the goggles, then I can see that immediately and see it obviously in the data after. I also wanted it from like a stroke count perspective, because it can give you like the live stroke count, which again, I think for me, I lose that stroke count quite quickly. And that correlates directly with my speed. So that's another thing. And then just like the pacing, so like every length. Like I already kind of knew when I'm doing hard swimming that I do this, but actually seeing it in real time is, yeah, a little bit depressing. Of like, if I'm doing like a rep of 100, say, my first 25 meters will be like really quite fast, and then I'll already be dropping like 4 seconds on the next one. So yeah, so all those things, I was like, I think actually just having it there as I'm swimming will help me like with my pacing. I was also quite interested to see what my heart rate does swimming, because I've quite often felt, especially when I'm tired, that I just can't get my heart rate up properly. So that's the other thing, like basically no excuses. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, getting back into swimming. I'll probably end up to doing a fair bit of double swimming when I've come back from Dubai, because basically I'm going to spend the first sort of month just kind of getting back into some training, moving again, seeing how the body's reacted to the steroid injection. I'm going to have a couple of weeks in Dubai to support Al, so that will, a bit of sunshine, that'll be nice. And then when I'm back, I think I'll start doing some like double swimming just to really try and work on that technique. And then bike-wise, again, this week has just been kind of get back on the bike, do some cycling. As of next week, we'll start getting back into some intervals, start trying to build that base a bit, and it'll be really similar to kind of beginning of the year when I started work with Casper. We're going to try and like push that upper ceiling a bit to then try and like hopefully bring everything up. I think on reflection from Nice, like I had a solid ride, but the level's so much higher now. So again, even for not even thinking forward to Kona, but even just thinking for any of the races next year, I think like the level on the bike is going to need to be another like 5-10% higher. So more work to do there. And then running, it'll obviously be just getting back into running. So this week I haven't done any running yet. I just wanted to have more of a base of moving, and I'm trying to work on some of my stability. Hello, got my friend. And then we're going to do like a really slow kitten. You want to be on the YouTube? You're now only going to be able to hear purring. We're then going to do like a really slow return to run. I guess like one of the decisions I made of just giving myself the time basically to have that solid base, build up slowly, not have any kind of time pressure on trying to get back for something in particular. So I think we'll literally be starting with like 2-minute jog, 1-minute walk, like 20 minutes, and build that slowly to hopefully be at a point where by January I have like a reasonably solid base. Such a softie. I've got a reasonably solid base to then actually get a good like January, February, March in. So that's the plan. This is a wild cat. Can you tell how wild he is? This is the perfect pet, because see, he comes, you get some cuddles, that's all very nice. But I don't even need to feed him. He just feeds himself on like the little mice and rats that hang around. It means that we can leave him. We don't have to have anyone look after him. And then when we come back, and he's all friendly again. Oh, what was that? Why don't you go and say hello to Jack?